What's going on, guys? Micro here, and today we are diving into a little bit of Dance Gavin Dance. So this is a band I don't think we've done on the channel before, or I don't think I've done on any reaction channels, and I'm really excited because Dance Gavin Dance is like one of my favorite bands. Well, I'm excited and I'm nervous. So obviously, if you're here, you probably know something about Dance Gavin Dance. You know that they have an upcoming album, which actually releases in a few days at this point, right? It's the, what is it, the 6th, 7th? It releases in like 3 or 4 days, something like that. And the reason why I'm nervous is because, in my opinion, take it or leave it, agree with it, disagree with it, it is what it is. Tillian Pearson's Dance Gavin Dance was the best Dance Gavin Dance, in my opinion. All right, so everyone knows Will Swan is a genius. Everyone knows that. He's a musical genius. He invented an entirely new genre of music called swancore. We all know this. The things he does, the way he even says he writes things that are too difficult for him, that he can't play, and then that's what he makes the part. So guess what? He's forced to get better. He has to play that. He has to play it live. They go on tour. That's how they make their living. So he has to learn those parts. So even if he writes something too difficult for himself, he still has to, you know, learn those parts and play those parts. Isn't that crazy? Learn a part that you wrote because it's too difficult. That's insane. To me, what made Dance Gavin Dance special for the past decade, the past 10 years. Now, I only know the Tillian era of Dance Gavin Dance. I started listening to Dance Gavin Dance. I found them and was like, holy crap, this is an amazing band in like 2019, 2020, something like that. It was right before the pandemic. And if you watch reaction videos on YouTube like I do, and you probably watch Dance Gavin Dance reaction videos as I do because you're here, you'll know that first reaction to Dance Gavin Dance, what are we all waiting for? The reactor's reaction to Tillian's voice. I guarantee you, if you're watching reaction videos on Dance Gavin Dance, that is what you are waiting for. That's why these first time reactions, like to bands, are like that's what makes like something pop off, because it's that anticipation as the viewer. You know Tillian, you know his voice, you know his range, you know his angelicness. We know that as the listener. But when we watch reaction videos of a first time Dance Gavin Dance listener, we are waiting for the reaction to Tillian's voice. Not to John, which again, he has the harsh vocals. People are going to say, oh, okay, they sing so pretty and they scream and whatever. But that's not the key. That's not the X factor. That's not it per se for me. I think it's Tillian. I think he's what brought this band over the top from being a great band, especially with Will Swan's genius, guitar writing and composition. But then Tillian is what glued that together and transcended them into one of my favorite bands of all time. That era of Dance Gavin Dance, one of my favorite bands of all time. Okay, so now that brings us to today and reality. For whatever reason, Tillian Pearson and Dance Gavin Dance parted ways. They said it was amicable. There was no like bad blood on either side. I kind of think that's bullshit. Case in point, I did a reaction video to Weekend at McGuffey's. Audio was destroyed. The static was so bad, it ruined the video. So like, I'm not going to be uploading that. But just like the reasons they gave, like Tillian's statement kind of just seemed like generic. He's grateful for the success they had together, that sort of stuff. And then the band's kind of official response was, you know, we want to take a different direction stylely. We want John to now be the front lead singer, the front man. And then we're kind of going to take like a harder stance. We're going to get, you know, we're going to go back to our roots and kind of go like more towards the metal aspect of thing. And John is going to be the face of the band now. And then, you know, they released that statement. No, everyone was kind of like, really? Interesting. Okay, interesting. And then everyone's like, well, Andrew, he's been singing with Tillian, especially like Jackpot Juicer and the single they released, The Ghost of Billy Royalton. He had some of the... I love that outro. That outro is one of my favorite pieces in a Dance Gavin Dance song, and it's done by Andrew Wells. So, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because then Andrew kind of like took Tillian's spot, even though he said he didn't want to and all this. He never wanted to be the lead singer. He took Tillian's spot as the lead singer. And when I watched Weekend at McGuffey's, yeah, the style's not changed. They have not gone harder at all. Just, it's one song. We'll have to see on their upcoming album, Pantheon. But the style did not change whatsoever. It was the exact same style. You could have put Weekend at McGuffey's. You could have put that on Jackpot Juicer. It would have fit. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm nervous because Tillian's Dance Gavin Dance was my favorite. I think he's what, like I said, tied the band together and ascended them to the next level. Andrew, great vocals. I'm not taking anything away from him, but when you have a one of one, when you have a special, unique person as Tillian, I know I'm glazing a lot right now, but dude, the talent that was bestowed in that guy's voice is just insane. I mean, it is what it is. Why he left the band, really? Was it because of those allegations brought forth? Was it, did that kind of tie into it? Was it just he didn't look good for the band anymore? I don't know. I'm not here to speculate on that, but I'm interested. Today we got All the Way Down. It's my second time only ever hearing the band with, you know, just Andrew. But I think they Speed Demon and stuff a couple years ago was also just Andrew. But anyways, I'm excited. All the Way Down. Let's get into it. Also nervous. Let's see. Okay, so far it's feeling, again, like a Dance Gavin Dance song. John, I think it's hilarious when John just gives that deadpan stare and then proceeds to scream. I think that's hilarious does. But another thing I mentioned in that other Weekend at McGuffey's video was the video, their music videos. I mean, it's cool. They put effort. It's funny, kind of like a thing, but it's an afterthought for me. They're kind of, I put it maybe a little bit too harshly in that video, useless. They provide nothing for me. Like, their lyrics are kind of ridiculous sometimes too. I listen to Dance Gavin Dance purely for the melodies and their musicianship, which is why I think I just don't know if I'm gonna buy the band without Tillian, because he provided so much of that for me. Even didn't matter what he was saying. He could have been humming. It didn't matter, and it made the song so good. But okay, let's just continue. I wonder if that is really John singing that in the back. I don't think I've ever heard John sing before. Okay, that was kind of interesting right there, the way he screams, and John does do this. What I mean by I haven't heard him sing, like actually sing, you know, not distortion on his voice. But right there, he had the distortion. He was doing his little talk scream thing that he does. And then he added the actual notes to it, where he started higher and then he kind of slid down. And then now he's, I think he's probably going to go changing between places he screams in his voice, like chest, like more towards the throat, more towards the chest, because he has the devil and then the angel. So they're probably going to be like talking back and forth. But maybe he's just going to keep it at his, you know, his same monotone John scream. We'll see. No, it's the same. wait, I think I just caught a rare lyric. It's very rare that I catch a lyric by ear. I think he said, "Fuck you, Gavin, I still dance," or something like that. Or "I don't dance." I'm pretty sure he said something along those lines. Okay, something I've just the instrumentation. I think we're getting a lot more just steady 16ths on the double bass than we usually get for Dance Gavin Dance, because this song is less catered to like the funk and the groove, because the drums are very interesting in Dance Gavin Dance. He plays a very unorthodox. He does very strange rhythms that to me almost kind of internally, the way I internalize it, it feels wrong. It feels just out of place sometimes. It works in the terms of the song, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about strictly the way he plays makes me cringe on the inside, and that's not a bad thing. When I'm talking about musically here, he does a lot of offbeat stuff that kind of just throws my tempo off, my rhythm off, and a lot of great drummers do that, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the way he plays is like completely opposite of the way I'm very much in the pocket. I'll go out of the pocket for a fill or a groove or something, but just his overall, the way he keeps beat, it just throws my internal time off for whatever reason. But he's a phenomenal drummer, very unique. I've never seen anyone that drums quite like this guy. I don't know as much about these band members as I probably should, as much as I loved their music. But yeah, that drummer is a completely unorthodox beast, man. Okay, so far, just what I'm taking away from this, it very much, the style has not changed, I'm telling you. They said they wanted to go more harder style. We'll have to wait for the entire album to come out again. But these two songs so far, exact same style we've had since 2023 or whenever Jackpot Juicer came out. Same style. However, John does seem to be taking like the lead on this one. He does seem to be that guy in the front. Andrew Wells is having his vocal moments, obviously with the clean singing, but I would say a majority of it so far has been John Mess screaming. So interesting. Maybe he is going to be the lead. We'll see. But the way this is just making me feel musically right now, though, is it's great. It seems like a great Dance Gavin Dance song. Here's the difference, and I'm seeing this right now. We'll see how they bridge it out. So far, it's like a Dance Gavin Dance song, but it's missing the depth. It's missing the layer, which is I hate to say it. I hate to be this guy, but it is what Tillian brought. So let's pretend Tillian was still in the band and he was doing all the clean vocals right now. So he would be doing those clean vocals, right, that Andrew's doing. Sounds great. Melody's good, very clean. But then Tillian would have 3 higher octaves in the background with a John scream, and then him doing some like runs or something in the background. That's what I'm saying. He was that X factor. He pushed them over. He gave them that edge. The edge that so far I haven't felt in this song. But it's not over yet. Let's get back to it. Fuck you, Gavin, I don't dance. See, like that, but higher is what I'm talking about. That Tillian would have. All right, so that was All the Way Down by Dance Gavin Dance. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. And something, again, I know I keep harping on it that I'm nervous for the band without Tillian, and I am, and that still remains. But at least it still felt like Dance Gavin Dance. So I know I was talking about the style shift and what that the band wanted to do, but they haven't done it. Maybe that's for the best, because even though Tillian was absent from the song, it still felt like Dance Gavin Dance, which is promising, very, very promising, because they kept that same style. Then just by the tone of the music, just by John Mess's scream, because he has an iconic scream, we're able to just kind of feel still that warmth that Dance Gavin Dance provided. So that was really good. I like that better than Weekend at McGuffey's. I think that was a great song overall. I'm still skeptical, but I'm kind of more optimistic now for their future. At least my future of listening to them. They're gonna do their thing, man. They're talented musicians. They're gonna have their fan base. Some people like myself may fall off because of the absence of Tillian. It is what it is, but I wish them nothing but the best if that is the case, obviously. But I'm trying to keep an open mind, and I'm trying to. I really want them to keep being one of my favorite bands. You know what I mean? So that's where this concern comes from me as a dedicated fan. I would call myself at this point. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to drop that hot thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next one. At ease, Micro Militia.